Hi, beautiful souls! Welcome to Feminine Blueprint, your go-to space for embracing your feminine energy, building unshakable confidence, and stepping into your power as a high-value woman. I'm so excited to have you here. We all crave deep connection, that feeling of truly being seen and understood. It's at the core of who we are as humans. But building these kinds of connections takes real courage and commitment. It requires us to show up authentically and allow ourselves to be vulnerable. In this video, we're going to explore a step-by-step guide to cultivating deep connections. We'll dive into the importance of understanding yourself first, learning to truly listen to others, and having the courage to be vulnerable. You ready? Let's do this. Chapter 1: The Foundation of Connection. Before we can connect deeply with others, we need to understand ourselves. Think of it like building a house. You can't build a strong, stable structure without a solid foundation. And that foundation, in the context of relationships, is self-awareness. What are your values? What are your deal breakers? What are your needs in a relationship? What are your boundaries? These are big questions, but they're essential. Because when you know yourself, when you're clear about who you are and what you stand for, you can show up in relationships with authenticity. And authenticity is magnetic. It draws people in because it's real, it's honest, it's vulnerable. When you're comfortable with who you are, flaws and all, you give others permission to do the same. But here's the thing about self-awareness. It's an ongoing process. It's not a destination you arrive at one day and then you're done. Life throws curveballs. We change, we grow, we evolve. So, make time for regular check-ins with yourself. Journal, meditate, talk to a therapist or trusted friend. Ask yourself tough questions. Be honest with yourself about the answers, even if they're uncomfortable. This is how you build that unshakable sense of self, that foundation that allows you to connect with others from a place of strength and vulnerability. Chapter 2: The Heart of Connection. We've talked about the importance of understanding yourself. Now let's talk about understanding others, which requires active listening, a skill that's often talked about but rarely practiced. See, listening isn't just about hearing the words someone is saying. It's about truly understanding the meaning behind those words. It's about paying attention to their tone of voice, their body language, their energy. It's about being fully present in the moment, putting your phone down, silencing your inner critic, and giving the person your undivided attention. Active listening also involves asking clarifying questions to make sure you understand their perspective. It's about reflecting back what you've heard to ensure you're on the same page. And sometimes it's simply about being silent and holding space for someone to share their thoughts and feelings without judgment. When we truly listen to someone, we make them feel seen, heard, and understood. We create a safe space for them to open up, to share their stories, and to connect with us on a deeper level. So the next time you're interacting with someone, resist the urge to interrupt, to offer advice, or to share your own experiences. Instead, just listen. Be fully present. You might be surprised by the depth of connection that unfolds. Chapter 3: The Power of Vulnerability in Building Connections. Let's talk about vulnerability. I know, it's a scary word, right? It brings up images of weakness, exposure, and potential hurt. But here's the thing. Vulnerability is not weakness. It's not oversharing or playing the victim. It's not about being perfect or having it all figured out. Vulnerability is about having the courage to be yourself, to let people see your imperfections, your fears, your hopes, your dreams. It's about letting down your guard and allowing yourself to be truly seen, even if it means risking getting hurt. Think about it. When someone lets you into their heart, when they share their struggles and triumphs with you, how does it make you feel? Does it push you away, or does it draw you closer? I think you know the answer, because vulnerability creates connection. It breeds trust. It says, hey, I see you. I'm not perfect, and that's okay. You don't have to be perfect either. But vulnerability is a two-way street. It requires us to be open and receptive to other people's vulnerabilities as well. When someone shares something personal with you, don't judge them. Don't try to fix them. Just listen with an open heart and offer your support. Because when you meet someone's vulnerability with compassion and understanding, you create a bond that can't be broken. Chapter 4: Empathy, the bridge to deep connection. Now, let's talk about empathy. Empathy is the ability to understand and share the feelings of another person. It's about putting yourself in their shoes, seeing the world through their eyes, and feeling their emotions as if they were your own. It's not about feeling sorry for someone or trying to fix their problems. It's about offering compassion, understanding, and support. Empathy is essential for building deep connections because it allows us to relate to others on a deeper level. It helps us to see beyond our own perspectives and to understand the experiences of those around us. So, how do we cultivate empathy? It starts with listening, really listening, to what others are saying. Pay attention to their words, their tone of voice, their body language. Try to understand the emotions they're expressing. And then ask yourself, what would it be like to be in their shoes? What would it feel like to experience the world from their perspective? Remember, everyone is fighting their own battles, facing their own challenges. We all have a story to tell. And when we approach others with empathy, we create a space for them to feel heard, understood, and supported.
Know you've been a good friend.
Chapter 5, Consistency, the glue that holds it all together. We've covered a lot of ground, haven't we? We've talked about the importance of self-awareness, active listening, vulnerability, and empathy. But there's one more piece to this puzzle, one more essential ingredient for cultivating deep connections: consistency. Because connection isn't a one-time thing. It's not a destination we arrive at and then we're done. It's an ongoing process that requires effort, commitment, and yes, consistency. It's about showing up for the people in your life day after day in big ways and small ways. It's about being there for them when they need you, celebrating their victories, and offering support during their struggles. It's about being reliable, trustworthy, and dependable. It's about keeping your promises, following through on your commitments, and being someone people can count on. Because trust, the foundation of any deep connection, is built on consistency. When you're consistent in your actions and your words, you show the people in your life that you're invested in the relationship, that you care about them, and that they can count on you. And that's how you build the kind of deep, meaningful connections that make life so rich. Chapter 6, The Courage to Connect. The courage to connect. Building deep connections requires courage. It requires us to be vulnerable, to show up authentically, and to allow ourselves to be seen for who we truly are. It's not always easy, and it certainly won't always be comfortable. There will be times when you feel exposed, when you're afraid of getting hurt, and when you want to build walls around your heart. But I urge you to fight against that urge. Choose courage over comfort. Choose connection over isolation. Because the most beautiful, most meaningful experiences in life exist on the other side of fear, on the other side of vulnerability. So go out there, be brave, be kind, and watch as you attract the deep connections your heart desires. Thank you so much for spending time with me today. I hope you found this video inspiring and actionable. If you enjoyed it, let me know by giving it a thumbs up. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you never miss a video. I'd also love to hear from you. What resonated with you the most? Or do you have tips and insights of your own to share? Let's chat in the comments below. And don't forget to share this video with someone who might need it today. Until next time, remember, you're powerful, you're radiant, and you're exactly where you need to be on your journey. Stay amazing, and I'll see you in the next video.